We're back. Ballroom boxing from Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland has returned. Hi again, everybody. I'm Larry Michael. Joined this edition by world-renowned J.D. Brown. John Saraceno has the night off. Yes, our summer vacation is over. Finally, it's time for more mayhem in the ballroom. J.D., you've been worldwide with the world champion, Sugar Ray Leonard, of course. From Vegas to Atlantic City, Europe, worldwide. Something special, though, in the ballroom. How would you describe it?
Well, it's a different atmosphere, and what happens is the crowd gets really involved into the fight. They're right on top of the fight. They get a chance to see the blows. They get a chance to hear the thunder. They get a chance to see the sweat flow off the guy's head, the blood, if it's some blood in it, and they become a part of the fight. And what it does, it gives the opportunity for the fans and the fan followers to get involved with their fighter that they're supporting, and the fighter in the ring all of a sudden becomes a better fighter because of the fans and the cheering that he gets.
Well, waiting for our main event coming up tonight. Jamar Carter will take on Matchett. Carter from Newark, New Jersey. Matchett from the local D.C. metropolitan area. An equally matched fight. Matchett trying to gain some kind of world ranking. He cannot let down tonight.
It's a good fight. It's probably one of the best fights on the card tonight. Carter is an outstanding fighter, but Matchett is a young man I think is ready to turn the corner. He has all the talent. He has all the skill. Now all he needs is just the opportunity.
Hope you're ready, folks. Buckle up. Ballroom Boxing returns after a timeout. Ballroom Boxing is brought to you by Toyota every day. By Budweiser, the king of beers. By Geico Auto Insurance. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. LastMinuteTravel.com. By 0280.com. By WhatANetwork.com. By Boxing.com. And by Clear Channel. And don't forget, BallroomBoxing.com. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. Larry Michael with J.D. Brown, awaiting the return to the ring of Jimmy Lange. After a long layoff, he's ready to go, and so is Pat O'Malley.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. The Maryland State Athletic Commission, Commissioner Cara Milligan Jr., Executive Director Patrick Pinella, and Ballroom Boxing, promoter Scott Wagner, and matchmaker Josh Hall present this 6th-round bout in the junior middleweight division. The referee in charge will be Bill Holmes. The judges, Kenny Chevalier, Don Risher, and Malik Waleed. Introducing the boxers. Standing in front of me, out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with gold, weighing 148 3/4 pounds, from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He has a record of 4-9, 1 KO. Please welcome Kevin Carter. Boxing out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks, weighing 152 pounds, from Great Falls, Virginia. He has a record of 11, 1-1, and he has knocked out 9 opponents. Please welcome Jimmy Lange.
Travel for our fighters tonight provided by LastMinuteTravel.com. Check them out.
Jimmy Lange is a young fighter that, first of all, has the crowd behind him. They love him here at Glen Burnie. He's a tall junior middleweight with a good balance attack, and he's in with a KG veteran, Kevin Carter, who's been in with some good fighters. He has a win over the former world champion, Sal Mambe, so it should be a good matchup. Look for the distance of Jimmy Lange and the long jab to win this fight.
Lou Duva is with us as well. Jimmy Lange has not fought since March, Lou. That's a pretty long layoff.
Yeah, you're going to see it after the first round if he's got that ring rust in him.
Well, he had a hand injury, Lou. That's one of the reasons kept him off, and that's one of the things that's going to be key, is that if he's able to get past this guy with his jab, he may have to start working to the body some, especially if that hand starts to act up again.
Well, this guy's a good veteran. He's going to give him a good test.
Of course, we've seen Jimmy Lange in the ballroom before, that famous battle against James Johnson in May of '99. It was the lone blemish over the last 10 fights for Jimmy Lange. He has 9 wins, 1 draw over the last 10, and the fight with James Johnson has gone down as one of the greatest ever here in the ballroom.
That was a fantastic fight.
I saw that fight. That was great. That was great.
Both guys busted up. Both guys really having to dig deep in that one.
I'll tell you what, Lange's got to look out for. This guy goes low with his head. He's going to have to watch out when he comes up.
You know, the corner of Jimmy Lange is Pepe Correa. Jimmy Lange with a good body shot here in round 1.
Kevin Carter's trying to get his head close to Jimmy Lange also.
Yeah.
Lou just said he leads with his head, but even on the top, he was trying to get his head close to Jimmy. Jimmy Lange's been sparring with some real good guys in the gym. He gets a lot of good work over at the Sugar Ray Leonard boxing gym, and I think he's ready to step up. You know, he has all the talent. He has a good following behind him. I mean, the people really love him. He's an exciting fighter.
He needs to fight. He needs to get in the ring, work on his skills, build his record somewhat. He's got great potential.
Well, these kind of fights and this kind of club will lead him up there. If he's going to be champion, this is what he needs, this kind of activity.
Kevin Carter's last couple fights, last 4 he has lost. But against some pretty tough competition, Richard Hall, John Malner. John Malner, a New Jersey guy who recently lost for the first time.
Right, cut eye.
Yep. Step back. So Carter has been in against some pretty tough competition.
Everybody's hollering Jimmy. They like Jimmy here.
Yeah, they like Jimmy Lange, that's for sure. Lange putting some heat on Carter. Now Carter stepping up a bit in weight. His last fight was 148 pounds. He tipped the scales yesterday at 148, Jimmy Lange 152. So he's going up against a Jimmy Lange who's a bit bigger.
Jimmy Lange is truly a junior middleweight. You know, he could very well go to middleweight because he's a tall guy and his body could fill out. But Lange has been fighting at 147, 150 throughout his career. And this layoff, you know, has moved him up to junior middleweight. But I think he could very easily make 147. Lange likes to throw that looping right hand.
Kevin Carter, Jimmy Lange, round 2 is coming up. Welcome back to Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland. Ballroom Boxing. Larry Michael with J.D. Brown in for John Saraceno. Where the heck is Saraceno? And Lou Duva ringside as well. Ballroom Boxing is brought to you by Toyota every day, by Budweiser, the king of beers, and by Geico Auto Insurance. Jimmy Lange and Kevin Carter in the ring. Lange in the all black, Carter with the black trunks and the gold stripes.
Carter's trying to circle Jimmy Lange's punching power, but as I told you before, watch Lange later in the fight, maybe this round or next round, he's going to start throwing that overhand right. It's a looping overhand right.
See how low Carter is holding his left hand, Lou Duva, so Lange probably looking for that sometime a little bit later.
Yeah, the right hand and then come right back with the left hook.
Lange is going to try to dip. He tries to dip and throw the right hand over the top. And Carter's set up for it already because he's dropping his left hand, Lou.
Step back, no punches, step back.
I know, he's got to throw that right hand and come right back with the left hook.
It's a tough fight for Jimmy Lange, just coming off a layoff. The hand problem that he had, he says he's 100%. He wants to start fighting almost monthly. Trying to get himself into contention down the road.
Well, I think this, Larry, I think this Kevin Carter is out of the Survivor program. You know, he's in there just staying there.
We're going to get ready to kick him off the island, huh, Lou?
Yeah.
Step back, step back.
Lange threw that left hand with his head down, JD. I guess he was just hoping he would connect. He needs to see where he's punching.
He throws that, that's the punch I was telling you about. He likes to drop his head and throw the overhand right. I don't know where he gets that radar from, but he seems to find the opponent.
He's tattooing the ribs of Carter.
The only thing I don't like is I don't like this guy's head, Carter's head.
Jimmy Lange working the jab.
He's looking to throw that overhand right. Watch him drop and throw the overhand right. He's right there for it.
Tiburaio wants the hook.
Lange is going to drop. He's going to dip and throw the overhand right. Watch.
Well, I don't know when he's going to throw because he's got it down by his ankles.
That's where he's going to come from with the Lou. Watch.
Charlie Goldman, when he used to train Rocky Marciano, we used to be over there. He'd put a towel, piece of towel on the right hand, you know, and all of a sudden, if he dropped it, he'd stop the fight and pick it up, and then until he learned how to hold it up, hold his right hand up there.
Carter just wide open. Lange teeing off. fight is scheduled for 6 rounds. Kevin Carter scowling at Jimmy Lange, who responds with a assault of his own. We'll be back. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. Seen coast to coast. Larry Michael with J.D. Brown and Lou Duva. John Scheinman with us as well. 2 rounds in the books. John Scheinman, who do you have ahead?
Oh, this one's pretty easy, Larry. 2018, 2 rounds to none for Jimmy Lange. You know, it looks like he just doesn't even know what to throw. He has so many different options available to him. And Carter's out there conducting like a one-man anti-violence campaign. He hasn't done anything. This is all Jimmy Lange.
Jimmy Lange getting set to throw that right. Doesn't pull the trigger.
You know, the one thing that about Carter, he's been in with some tough guys in his career. His first pro fight, he fought one of Lou Duva's fighters.
Who did he fight?
Nick Rupert.
That's right.
And Nick Rupert was 32-6 at the time he fought him. And he fought him with his pro debut.
No contest in
Tough
2
guy.
rounds.
That's why it was no contest. He was definitely outclassed.
Yeah.
Jimmy Lange just picking Carter apart. There's that overhand right that J.D. talked about, and it puts Carter down.
What's he been waiting for? I told him a long time ago.
Carter's in some trouble.
He might have hurt his right hand, too.
I don't think so.
Let's see if Lange can finish him.
I don't think so.
Carter does not want to continue.
Yeah.
Might be for the best because Lange, I think, hurt his hand on that punch.
No, I think something wrong. He's looking up. He's looking up at his eyes. Look at that.
Jimmy Lange's 12th career win, his 10th knockout. JD, you talk about him hurting his hand. Did you see something there? What'd you see?
I saw him throw that right hand and connected and sent a little buzz through his arm, and he came back into the corner, neutral corner. He was standing, he was shaking the hand a little bit.
Jimmy Lange on the comeback trail after a layoff comes back successfully with a KO of Kevin Carter. Here is how it ended. It was that overhand right, caught him on the back of the head. Short-circuited Carter, just looks for a place to fall.
Hitting where the equilibrium doesn't always work.
Good job by Jimmy Lange to close it out. So Jimmy Lange's return is successful, and he'll look to bigger and better things in the future. Jimmy Lange's an exciting fighter. Got to see him in the ring more.
He's definitely an exciting fighter. The crowd loves him. He's one of the guys that develop a great fan follower, and he's the guy that could put a lot of things on the map for the ballroom boxing here at Glen Burnie.
That's what's needed in clubs such as this here. Exciting fighters like Jimmy Lange. They make themselves, they make the club.
Still holding his hand right there too.
He's holding that wrist, JD. Maybe there's something there. We're going to find out. Let's take a look at another replay. Jimmy Lange again, yeah. That's his dad, John Lange, there, who's in the corner of Jimmy.
I think he caught the back of the head of Carter with that shot.
Thing right there.
Yeah, kind of an awkward shot.
He hit him right on the back of the head, and that sent a shock right up through his arm.
So Pat O'Malley has the official word on the TKO.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. The winner by TKO at 122 of round 3, Jimmy Lange.
Jimmy Lange victorious in the ballroom. More action to come right here from Michael's 8th Avenue. Don't go away. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. The crowd is in a frenzy. More action in the ring. Let's head up to Pat O'Malley.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Promoters Scott Wagner and matchmaker Josh Hall present this 6-round bout in the heavyweight division. The referee in charge is Gary Campaneschi. Introducing the boxers. First, out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with white, weighing 235 pounds, from Silver Spring, Maryland. Please welcome Anthony Tony the Tiger Thompson. Out of the red corner to my right, wearing the white trunks trimmed in black, he is from Woodbridge, Virginia, with a record of 4-0, 2 via the KO. Please welcome Dangerous Dana Dunston.
Well, the matches show us that it's going to be the battle of the nicknames as well as the battle of the heavyweights. Let's take a look at the matchup, JD.
Well, you know, you have two young guys in the ring, not too much in the height difference, and it should be a good fight.
All right, this fight underway. So Dunston moving up in weight a little bit, maybe to try to match the size advantage of Tony Thompson.
You know, Tony Thompson is 236 pounds. He's a big heavyweight. I mean, 6'4", 236. And now, one of the things that you have to remember now that Thompson is a true heavyweight. Dunston is not. You can see the size difference.
Sure can. Tony Thompson towering over Dunston. Dunston trying to score early with some quick shots from the southpaw stance. Tony Thompson from Silver Spring, Maryland. I really got to pull for him a little bit. That's my hometown, JD.
Well, it's good to cheer for the hometown, but sometimes cheering for the hometown, as we well know, with the teams we have here, doesn't always work out the right.
Dana Dunston last time out. Second round TKO of Charlemagne Jones right here in the ballroom.
And that was a good win for him. Charlemagne Jones is a tougher opponent. But he, once again, is a cruiserweight. Charlemagne Jones was moving up from light heavyweight, so Dunston had he had the advantage of the size. And tonight he's at disadvantage because this guy Thompson is a big heavyweight.
The lone smudge on the record of Tony Thompson came against the young, unbeaten Eric Kirkland out of Duva Boxing Stable.
Yeah, this guy here fought one of Lou Duva's fighters.
Lost a 6-round decision to a very tough youngster, Eric Kirkland, who is really doing a great job in the Lou Duva Boxing Stable. Dunston giving away a lot of weight, though.
I think that Thompson has probably faced a tougher opponent, but Dunston is a fighter that really wants to make it. So he's got a lot of heart, a lot of desire. The only thing right now that he has going against him is he's fighting a real heavyweight.
He is. Scott Wagner, the promoter of Ballroom Boxing, said Dunston was the one who wanted this matchup. Once again into the heavyweight ranks and fighting a pretty tough guy in Tony Thompson.
Well, he's holding his own so far, but like I said, the weight is going to be a factor later on in the fight.
This fight is scheduled for 6 rounds.
Watch the hold, both of you.
Thompson really not doing a lot of punching.
And it's a rarity to find two big guys that are southpaws.
It's very rare.
Who was the last southpaw heavyweight champion?
Michael Moore.
Ah, very good.
Come on, man. It's supposed to be my business. I think he's the only southpaw heavyweight champion.
Who's the next southpaw heavyweight champion?
Who's the next one? You gonna predict for me?
Yep.
Who you like?
Michael Moore coming out of retirement.
Oh, man. And the always unpredictable J.D. Brown here at ringside. I'm Larry Michael. This is Ballroom Boxing. Crowd loves Ballroom Boxing here at Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland. I'm Larry Michael, along with J.D. Brown in the ring heavyweights, Dana Dunston and Tony Thompson. Tony Thompson beginning to turn up the heat a little bit after a very cool round 1.
He realizes that he has the size and the strength and definitely the weight over Dunston, so he's trying to pour it on now. Because he's having a hard time getting past that jab of Dunston.
Tony Thompson has 1 knockout out of 5 wins. Not exactly a huge power puncher as a heavyweight, but he's got 30 pounds on Dana Dunston.
And that could be the difference right there, Larry, the 30 pounds. There's one thing about heavyweights, one shot and you could be out of there.
This second round brought to you by What a Network. www.whatanetwork.com for all your company's internet marketing and advertising needs. What a Network. What a night here in the ballroom. As always, the fans, standing room only, packed to the rafters.
And if Dunston wants to win this fight, he has to go back to www.jaballnightlong.com. He can't mix it up with this guy in the corner like this.
Thompson a little rattled here, but Dunston trying to get some forearms and elbows in there, trying to protect himself.
I don't think that Dunston really realized that this guy, I mean, I don't know who he's been sparring with. He's probably been sparring with some big guys, but, you know, this guy's a real true heavyweight that's 5-1, you know. He hasn't been in with a bunch of stumble bumps. He's been in with some guys that can fight.
Tony Thompson doing some good work with Dunston up against the ropes.
Dunston has to keep him in the center of the ring, keep that jab in his face. That's his key to victory, but he's not doing that. He's letting this guy bully him into the corners and then take over.
Off the clinch, Tony Thompson hammering the head, good right hand, and Dunston's in a little bit of trouble right now in the corner. Thompson just teeing him up right now, JD.
Dunston's got to get out of the corner.
Elbow by Thompson sets Dunston up. Dunston trying to battle back, but he's taking some punishment.
He's got to get off the ropes. He should be trying to get to the center of the ring. He's in a bad position. He's right back on the ropes again.
Dunston is hurt. Dunston has cobwebs. You saw him trying to shake the cobwebs out of his head.
That 236 pounds is playing a big role now. He's hurt.
Thompson scores with a right. Dunston in a whole heap of trouble right now. Thompson, though, risky knock. Oh, a big right hand. Sends Dunston to the canvas.
5, 6, 7.
Dunston in some bad shape.
Right.
Gary Campaneschi, an excellent referee, takes a look at Dunston. He's going to let it continue. Oh, and the bell ends this round.
And that's what I was saying. You got to go back to that Sir Jab a lot.
Good timing for Dunston. Round 3 is next. Welcome back to the ballroom. Larry Michael and J.D. Brown. John Scheinman with us as well. Quickly, John, your scorecard after 2.
Well, this one's pretty easy, Larry. 2017, Thompson after 2 rounds. The knockdown's easily a 10-8 round. You know, you were talking about the weight differential in the fighters and how Dunston's having to face a much larger guy. But the 10 pounds extra that he's carrying for this fight also might be affecting him and his ability to move and to box and do the things he normally does. He might find himself feeling sluggish out there.
That could be a factor, John, but one of the things I noticed underneath of Dunston's left eye now is a mouse. And it's going to present a problem to him because Thompson is throwing his jab right on that left side.
Thompson really did a good job in round 2, really taking the fight to Dunston, putting Dunston down. And you're right, JD, we get a good look at it. And there is a swelling around the left eye of Dunston. This fight is scheduled for 6 rounds, and this is the start of the 3rd.
And it's going to be a factor in the fight. Thompson realizes that he has the strength, he has the power, and he's trying to overpower Dunston. Dunston should be boxing. He should be keeping this guy at the end of his jab and moving. But like John said, maybe he's a little sluggish up there at that 197. This guy's leaning all over him, and that's going to be a factor later on in the fight, is wearing him down.
Dunston having a problem with his shorts as well. Everything going wrong for Dunston here in this fight.
Everything seems to be going down tonight for him and the shorts.
Big right hand again by Tony Thompson, finding a home on the skull of Dana Dunston.
Dunston's got to get this guy off of him and stay in the middle of the ring. He touched the rope, he should be moving.
The question becomes Tony Thompson's ability to carry that punching power into the next couple of rounds. He's expended a lot of energy.
Dunston needs to circle and get out of the corner.
Another nice right hand by Tony Thompson. Once again, measuring Dunston. Right hand puts Dunston down, and Gary Campaneschi says this fight is over. Dana Dunston has been knocked out in the 3rd round. TKO victory for Tony Thompson. Gary Campaneschi making the argument that Dunston should accept this decision. I think it was a good stoppage because Tony Thompson would have done a lot more damage.
He would have done a lot of damage. You know, this guy needs to stay in the cruiserweight division. He had a good run in the cruiserweight. He was undefeated. He tried to step up at the heavyweight. He's still hurt. You see his legs. He's still buckling going back to the corner.
You knew Dunston was in a lot of trouble, JD. You said it moments earlier. Against the ropes in the corner, wrong place for him to be.
He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He should have got out of there. The ropes, along with the power and the size of Thompson, was the factor. He had 2 people working against him. He had the ropes from the back and Thompson from the front.
So very disappointed Dana Dunston, and Tony Thompson is the winner. Let's make it official with Pat O'Malley.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by a knockout at 2:07 of round 3, Tony the Tiger Thompson.
Tony Thompson, good sportsmanship from Dana Dunston. So Dunston tastes defeat for the first time as a professional. JD, are you surprised by the way that fight ended?
Well, not really surprised. One of the things that I noticed that Dunston is a tough warrior. He wanted to get up, he wanted to continue, but the weight difference was a big factor. He laid on the ropes, he gave Thompson an opportunity to punish him on the ropes, and that's where he should have stayed in the middle of the ring and used the boxing ability that he has. He was moving up from cruiserweight and fighting a true heavyweight.
So Tony Thompson wins by 3rd round TKO, handing Dana Dunston his first loss as a professional. John Scheinman standing by with the winner.
Tony, Dana Dunston called you out for this fight. He moved up to the heavyweight division. Looks like you sent him back down to cruisers.
Well, I think he definitely can move up to heavyweight. He got the punch for it. He just don't have. He's just too light in the ass right now.
Seems like
Can you say ass on
we're gonna find out if they beep it. You roughed him up. You put him against the ropes. You set him up with a lot of forearms. You measured him a lot. It seems like you just manhandled him. Why do you think he could move up to the heavyweight division?
Well, I think he was misled by me and him sparring when I first started fighting. He did pretty good against me when I first started. He had been doing it a while. So I was a perfect opposition for him. He already had some confidence against me, but I knew it was a different game plan now.
Tony Thompson moves his record to 6-1. We saw him call in Lou Duva's fighter back out for a rematch. The only loss on his record. We'll see if it happens down the line. Let's go back to ringside.
All right, good job, John Scheinman. Tony Thompson gets it done tonight in fine fashion in the heavyweight division. We'll be back with more Ballroom Boxing in a minute. Don't go away. Your triple threat boxing crew, Larry Michael, J.D. Brown, joining us now. The immortal trainer, manager, and boxing impresario, Lou Duva. Lou, we got a pretty good fight in the ring. Let's go up to Pat O'Malley and get the official introductions.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. The Maryland State Athletic Commission, Commissioner Cara Milligan Jr., and Executive Director Patrick Winella, and Ballroom Boxing, promoter Scott Wagner and matchmaker Josh Hall present this 8-round bout in the super middleweight division. The referee in charge is Malik Waleed. Judging the bout, Kenny Chevalier, John Gradowski, and Don Risher. Introducing the boxers. First to my right, out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed in gold, weighing 168 pounds, from Holyoke, Massachusetts, with a record of 10-14, 4 via the KO. Please welcome Derrick Double Impact Whitley. Out of the blue corner, wearing the red, white, and blue trunks, weighing 166.5 pounds. He comes all the way with his 10-gallon hat from Cornhusker country, North Platte, Nebraska. He has a record of 15-11, 4 via the KO. Please welcome to Glen Murdy, Tyler, the working man, Hughes.
Crowd likes the hat, JD, as we take a look at the matchup.
I think that the hat makes him look like he's walking tall in here. But he comes in with a good record. He's fought some good guys. He's coming off a big win over Joe Hughes. One of the things we have to look at the weight. The weight factor, they're both about the same amount of weight. Reach, same reach. Height, same height. The only difference is experience. I think Whitley is coming off of a better crop of guys that he's fought than Tyler Hughes.
Whitley has won his last 3. Tyler Hughes, Lou Duva, a very, very unique individual, has never had a trainer. He's self-taught, trains in his garage. He's his own manager, and he's a very confident guy. Tyler Hughes from Nebraska.
Harry, I've seen this here Hughes fight up in Yonkers. He fought the Carmen Trantino. What a fight it was. He fought Joe Hughes.
Joe Hughes, that's right.
Toe-to-toe, and he pulled it out at the end. A lot of heart. This guy comes to fight.
I think Whitley's coming off a couple of good wins here in Baltimore area, and he's fought the better caliber of opponents. Even though Hughes just had a fight against Andrew Maynard, the former Olympic gold medalist.
Watch your feet, watch your feet.
Actually, last time in the ballroom for Derrick Whitley, he upset the previously unbeaten George Barksdale.
And the time before that, he upset the...
Rattled Dana Rucker's noggin.
That's right. And then the last time he upset
Alan Watts.
So yeah. They need to change his name to Derrick the Upsetter Whitley.
Whitley had gone through a real tough stretch, Lou, in his career in the 96, 97, 98 period. Lost a lot of fights.
Yeah. Take a look at the records. 10 and 14, the other one 15 and 11. They're almost in the same ballpark, same arena, these two guys there. Anybody can win this fight.
Nice left hand by Whitley.
He just hurt Hughes with that shot.
I say, anybody, they got
Whitley with that left hand, very aggressively going after Tyler Hughes.
Watch your elbow, use the elbow.
The working man.
He's got his work cut out for him, I tell you.
He's going to have to work to win this fight.
Lou, you got to admire a guy who trains by himself, never really had a formal training, has a full-time job, trains in his garage.
Yep. That's when a guy wants to be a fighter.
He really wants it, you know?
You got to have respect for
That's
a guy
right.
like that.
Absolutely right.
Lou, tell us what's new with Duva Boxing. I know you got a good stable of guys, up-and-comers. Name me a couple of your best fighters right now.
Well, best fighter we just signed up Omar Chika, who's #1 in the world. We just signed him up.
Fantastic.
And we got a couple, we got Angel Vasquez. He's going to be fighting Victor Polo for the #1 spot for Prince Hamid. We've got some good kids over there. We've got Jermaine Fields. He's going to be fighting a co-feature on October 9th. I'm sorry, October 20th. He's going to be fighting up in Boston on ESPN. And our guys are starting to move pretty good, and I got good prospects. Guys like Demetrius Hopkins, good kids.
Good Philadelphia fighter, good young Philadelphia fighter, had a great amateur background.
Right. Bernard Hopkins' nephew.
Is he really?
Middleweight champion.
The executioner. In the ring right now, we have the working man up against Derrick Whitley. Round 2 will be next. Welcome back to the Ballroom. I'm Larry Michael with J.D. Brown and Lou Duva. Ballroom Boxing brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers. Check us out on the web, www.ballroomboxing.com, for upcoming events here at Michael's 8th Avenue.
You know, Tyler Hughes is a tough guy. He comes from the Midwest, Nebraska, and he comes to fight. But, you know, Lou, you know as well as I do, even though he's a well-disciplined fighter, he needs somebody to be able to tell him in the corner what he's doing wrong. That first round, he's coming out and doing the same thing again that he did.
Absolutely. You're right. You know, I'm glad you picked it up, Jay. Well, you're a good fight guy anyway, but the thing is, they've got to tell him what he's doing wrong, what he's doing right out there. They've got to motivate him.
Tyler Hughes trying to turn the tide here in round 2.
Tyler Hughes has fought some tough guys. He fought Frank Tate. He fought Will McIntyre, Stephen Olette.
Yeah. But Hughes is the kind of guy you don't want to fight in a bar, especially in Texas or Nebraska.
No, yeah, he might hit you with some corn.
That's right.
These guys are almost a mirror image. Only one is right hand, the other was a southpaw in terms of their fights. They both had the same amount of fights. They both got the same amount of knockouts.
Not a lot of power. Journeymen, you know, throughout their careers, kind of taking fights wherever they can get them.
Absolutely.
Now Derrick Whitley switches over to the conventional stance.
He's going to go back to the southpaw stance because he's going to fall right into the hands of Hughes for the right hand.
I bet you this Tyler Hughes would be a champion in the tough man contest. That's what he was.
That kind of guy,
yeah.
you know, he's a tough guy.
That style.
Either that or riding bulls, you know, Broncos.
Bronco bulls.
Yeah, he could be one of the guys in the Wild West show.
Yeah.
Whitley from Massachusetts has kind of found a home down here in the D.C. Baltimore area. Last 3 wins, got a little 3-fight winning streak, all in this area. So he likes to cook it up here.
He's letting Hughes get back in the fight now.
He's waiting too long. He's trying to take him out with one punch.
Right.
His style, you don't take him out with one punch.
He hurt him in the first round, and now he's getting trigger happy.
You got to keep right on top of these guys.
You got to realize.
That's it.
Hughes battling right back.
He's got to realize Hughes is a cowboy, you know. You can't be trigger happy with him because he'll be in a gunfight.
I think I saw him fight John Wayne one time.
Well, you know, Lou, I think I can get him again.
Yeah.
So Whitley and Hughes, a very evenly matched battle. Round 3 will be next. We're in the ballroom having fun. Larry Michael with J.D. Brown and the immortal Lou Duva. Lou, you love the crowd here, don't you, Lou?
Oh, this is great. That's what makes this club so good. The crowd gets right in. They know every fighter. They know they're not afraid to holler. You know, they're good. They're just good fight fans.
Lou, you make friends very quickly, don't you?
Yes, I make enemies too.
He's 50-50 on
Tom
everything.
King, Bob Arum, I mean a lot of guys.
Those are your friends, right?
Yeah.
In the ring right now, two guys that are getting to know each other a little bit. Derrick Whitley in the black trunks with the gold trim, and Tyler Hughes in the white trunks, Nebraska right across his backside. He likes those top-ranked Cornhuskers. Fans don't like to see, gentlemen, I want your comments on this. Fans don't like to see guys touching gloves in the ring. They kind of turns them off. They want to see guys mad at each other.
They clash heads there a little bit, and you can notice the redness around the ears of Hughes. It was an accidental headbutt.
So kind of a conciliatory thing.
Right.
There. Touch gloves, no problem. But fans don't like it.
I don't know what you mean by conciliatory. I hit him with his head. That's all.
You know what I mean, though, Lou? The
Yeah.
fans don't like that. You know?
No. They want to see a fight.
Yes. Let's bring John Scheinman real quick in with the scorecard through 2 rounds. John.
It's all even at 19-19. I gave the first round to Whitley, second round to Hughes. You know, Larry, these guys have only 8 knockouts between them out of 50 combined fights. And yet Whitley, throughout the first 2 rounds, has been looking KO the whole way with that left hook. And Hughes has begun to box. I think Whitley needs to get into more of a fluid frame of mind and just let his hand go and start to box better.
John, you know where that's coming from. The last couple of fights here in Glen Burnie,
Right.
He's got a couple of knockouts, now it's gone to his head and he's become trigger happy.
He's trying to knock him out one punch. His
Absolutely.
style is not one punch. His style
He's
is
not a
wearing you
one-punch.
down.
Right.
Bob and weave and get close and wear him down.
Nice combination by Tyler Hughes. Right hand by Hughes. Rattled Whitley a bit there.
Oh, Hughes will fight back, Larry. He's going to fight back.
And after a good first round for Whitley, Hughes over the last couple of rounds has gotten Whitley to fight his tempo.
He's fighting a smart fight now, like I said earlier about Hughes. Hughes has had the better competition, and it shows in the ring now because Whitley's getting a little rattled right now behind the style. And as Lou said before, he needs to go back to box a little bit, wear him down, and use his strength. Not look for the one-punch knockout. It'll come.
Whitley putting some heat on Hughes as round 3 comes to a close. Round 4 in the ballroom. Larry Michael, J.D. Brown, Lou Duva, and John Scheinman. Derrick Whitley and Tyler Hughes battling. The last couple of rounds began to turn towards Hughes, but gentlemen, the end of the last round showed Whitley kind of getting fired up a little bit.
Yeah, he's got to do that in order to stay in the fight. If he tries to take him out one punch, he's not going to go nowhere, Larry. His style's got to be throwing punches. Am I right on that, David?
Absolutely. You know, styles make fight. This guy, they have the perfect style for a good fight, but they're both getting out of the rhythm of their style.
Right. Absolutely.
Kind of a chess match as each guy has their moments.
I think they kind of tested each other early in the fight. They both know each other's strengths. Now they're going to have to work on each other's weaknesses.
They're going to have to do what they do best.
Whitley kind of abandoning his aggressive style from the end of the last round, and Hughes getting his tempo right back.
You know, you got to remember these guys have only had 25 and 26 fights. Their opponents, Hughes' opponents, have a total combined record of 328 wins, 62 losses. So he's been with some guys that can fight. And Whitley who's had 25 fights, who's been in with guys who have 265 wins and 85 losses. So they're both almost a chess match.
Very close fight. That's the Mike Wagner stat, the opponent's winning percentage. Whitley's opponent's winning percentage, 78%. Hughes' opponent's winning percentage, 84%. So these guys have been in against some very, very tough competition over their short careers.
They've been in against some experienced fighters.
Yeah. Those are the kind of guys that just go in there, they fight their best, and if they got the right style, they make great fights out there. You know, if they don't, then they're in trouble.
Hughes is starting to pick up the pace now and do what he's supposed to do. He's boxing, keeping Whitley at the end of the jab, doing a lot of right-hand leads, staying inside. Hughes is trying to get outside that right lead foot of Whitley. And Whitley's doing a good job in keeping him in, trying to tame him. That's why I say it's almost a chess match. And the referee,
Malik Waleed.
Malik Waleed is doing a great job. You know, he's not in the picture. He's letting these guys fight, and very seldom do you even see him.
Some great referees in the ballroom. Guys in command.
Yeah. See, Whitley would do much better, Larry. I'm sorry. Whitley would do much better if he bobs and weaves and gets close to him to throw a punch. He's standing too straight. He's
Whitley.
a small guy, yeah.
Yeah.
He should be bobbing and weaving and getting close and throwing punches.
He's playing Hughes' game, really.
Yep.
And there's Hughes. Big left-hand counter by Whitley. Stopped Hughes in his tracks. I think Hughes might be stunned a little bit.
I don't think he's stunned, Larry. I think what it is that he got caught with a good shot, and instead of him regrouping, he's standing there fighting Whitley's fight.
Good action. Round 4 in the books. Round 5 getting started here in the ballroom. Derrick Whitley and Tyler Hughes. Larry Michael along with Lou Duva and J.D. Brown tonight. John Scheinman, the 4th member of our crew. And John, your scorecard through 4.
Well, I have Tyler Hughes pulling away in the fight now. Like you all were saying, Hughes has begun to work well behind the jab. He's beginning to set Whitley up. Whitley's still looking one punch. I've given Hughes the last 3 rounds. I have him up 39-37.
JD, how do you have it scored through 4 rounds?
Well, it's John Scheinman for one time is right again.
Thank you.
Hughes is starting to
Is it Scheinman's birthday?
It's his birthday. Hughes is starting to pull away. He's starting to do what he has to do. He's working on Whitley's weaknesses where Whitley is trying to work on his strength, and it's not working out for him. Whitley is trying to walk in with a one-punch knockout, and it's not going to happen.
Again, I go according to the South. Whitley can make it a tougher fight if you don't bob and weave and get close and throw combinations rather than trying to throw one punch. I think it goes back to what you said before, Larry. He's had a couple knockouts over here, and maybe he's gone, one punch happy over here. He thinks he can knock everybody out.
Surprising when you figure Whitley's record 10-14. He's got a losing record. He's got a 3-fight winning streak. But, you know, to stick with it with a losing record like that, he's got to be dedicated in the gym. He's got to really love what he does.
And then one thing about Tyler Hughes, 8 of the 11 losses have been knockouts. He's been knocked out 8 times. That's what Whitley's banking on. His strength is going to be able to knock this guy out. Whitley's never been knocked out.
You're talking about some pretty good competition going back on the resume of Tyler Hughes, JD.
Yeah, he fought Joe Kawasaki, the WBO super middleweight champion.
Right, talked about Frank Tate.
Frank Tate, former world champion and gold medalist.
Richard Frazier has fought for a title.
Richard Frazier is another tough guy.
Stéphane Ouellet out of Canada.
A very, very tough guy.
Yeah, just beat Hilton.
Just beat Davey Hilton.
Right.
And Chris Johnson just won the NABF light heavyweight title. Andrew Maynard, former gold medalist.
Johnson, a former Olympian from Canada.
So he's been in with some real tough guys. That's why he's not going to go away that easy.
These are the kind of fighters, Larry, that will always give the fight fans a fight. And that's what the promoters are looking for. Ones that are going to give them a fight.
Fans loving it. Fans beginning to chant Cowboy.
Cowboy's got to watch himself now, though.
JD has got his guard down, and he's trying to fire pot shots at Whitley from a distance. Might it be that Mr. Hughes beginning to feel some fatigue?
Or some jet lag. You know, he had to ride all the way from Nebraska on that horse here.
That covered wagon.
Right?
I knew that was coming.
I didn't know that.
But he's asking Whitley, how do you like me now, partner?
Malik Waleed, man in charge. Round 6 is coming up in the ballroom. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing, brought to you by Toyota every day. I'm Larry Michael, along with J.D. Brown and the well-known boxing celebrity, Lou Duva. Lou, how many autographs have you signed today?
Oh, I think 3.
3.
Yeah,
it's been a busy day for you.
Yeah, my 2 grandsons and my granddaughter.
And I saw you signing a check somewhere. I don't know, where was that going?
My son didn't make out the checks paid to bearer. You don't even know how to spell my name now?
In the ring, Tyler Hughes and Derrick Whitley. And J.D., a little blood under the left eye.
Hughes got a little cut underneath his left eye.
Of the Cowboy, Tyler Hughes. And a good comeback round for Whitley in the previous round. Maybe helped by a low blow.
That took a little steam out of Whitley, out of Hughes. Oh, he's got Al Gavin in his corner. One of the
good man, one of the best coming in the business.
So if he can just make it through the round, he can stop that cut. And it's under the eye.
Yes, Hughes is trying to time Whitley, who has switched back to the conventional stance. And catches Hughes backing up.
This is what I said before, Larry. I mean, Whitley starts bobbing and weaving and throwing shots. Makes a better fight, gives him a better stance in there.
Works his way in that way.
He can't stand up straight.
And then with them being susceptible to cuts, now you got to wonder if some of these knockouts that Hughes has on his record have come from TKOs from a cut.
And the blood beginning to flow from the left cheek of Tyler Hughes.
Whitley has said, surround us with the wagons. We're about to attack.
That was General Custer that said that.
It is not. I don't think it's Hughes' last stand, though.
If he doesn't pick it up, it will be.
Whitley taking advantage of what's there. Hughes' guard is down. His head's right there. Whitley just pounding away.
Now's the time that Whitley needs to throw combinations.
Yep. He's got to get close. Bob won't even throw punches.
Whitley beginning to stalk Hughes a little bit right here, J.D. It looks like Whitley's confidence is growing.
Yeah, I don't know if Hughes has seen the blood and realized that he's in a fight, or if he's really run out of gas, because he's still trying to make a fight of it. But Whitley is, like you said, walking him down. He's gone to the conventional right-hand stance, and he's trying to break down Hughes with the body shots.
Now, early on, he went to the conventional stance. You didn't like it, but it seems to be effective for him right now.
Yeah, he's gone to that style now because Hughes is slowed down, and Hughes is susceptible to the body shots now. He's trying to keep his hands up to cover the cut.
Good round for Derrick Whitley. Good fight. Whitley and Hughes evenly matched in the ballroom.
I'm like Jack Benny. I'm 39 and holding.
Yeah.
J.D. Brown bragging about his age. I'm Larry Michael, Lou Duva, J.D. Brown at ringside. John Scheinman in the catbird seat. 6 rounds in, John. Who do you have winning this fight?
Oh, this is a tough fight to score, but I have Hughes up by a whisker, 58-57. I thought that last round was very close, and I usually don't score even, but I scored that round even. Even though Hughes looked very fatigued in the round, I thought he did some good work. He was continued to let his hands go despite his exhaustion. So this fight's up for grabs going into the 7th.
Derrick Whitley, stronger man right now, though, with 2 rounds to go, about 2.5 rounds to go. Whitley beginning to tee off now.
Whitley looked like he's the fresher of the 2.
Yep. But now he finds himself up against the ropes, allowing Hughes to score points.
And that's what he's got to get away from. He's got to get back to what he was doing the last round, picking Hughes apart with the body shots and not laying back, letting him punch away at him.
He's got to back Hughes up. He's letting Hughes come forward, you know? That's not the way to fight Hughes.
This round being brought to you by Boxing.com. Boxing.com. All boxing, all the time. www.boxing.com. It's been a pretty clean fight. Very competitive fight, guys. I mean, this is, again, what the ballroom is all about. Two guys in there evenly matched. This fight's really too close to call right now.
Absolutely. It's a great fight.
Well, it's a tribute to Scott Wagner making the fights like this. This is fight fans fights.
Whitley slowing down a bit here in round 7, scheduled for 8 rounds. Tyler Hughes, self-trained, works out in his garage. Lou, when you're a guy like that, you really have to have a lot of mental discipline because you really have nobody pushing you.
Absolutely right. You got to be able to want to do. I think this guy can be a better fighter if he had somebody pushing him.
He got hurt just now with a shot, Lou.
Yeah. Oh.
Hughes just got hurt with a shot from Whitley.
Oh, and that blood beginning to spill from that eye again. Under the left eye of Tyler Hughes.
It's not in a bad spot.
Now, if Whitley wins this fight, he will have won it with conditioning because he's really taking the closing rounds here tonight in this battle.
But he's still got to throw punches to win the fight.
Yep.
Right now he's out hustling him. Today he's throwing 3 and 4 punches. Hughes
is using his experience, like Lou said. He's out hustling Whitley. Whitley has a shot at winning this fight, maybe even stopping Hughes. He needs to stay in the body.
Yeah, if he threw punches.
Whitley and Hughes, 3 minutes to go. Whitley closing the 7th fast. And Hughes goes down.
Looks like a
very big knockdown at the end of round 7. Hughes is okay, but he did go down.
Come on. Okay. Let's go.
Tyler Hughes says he's okay, and the end of the 7th round. 3 minutes to go. Can Tyler Hughes recover? We're going to find out. Moments ago at the end of round 7, Derrick Whitley with a quick onslaught put Tyler Hughes down, the only knockdown of the fight, and it was huge.
And that's because he went back to what Lou and I were speaking of earlier of combinations. He threw punches and bunches.
He's got to throw combinations. If he throws punches, he may have stopped Hughes.
Quickly, John Scheinman, 3 minutes to go. Who do you have ahead?
Oh, that knockdown put Whitley over the top on my card. I have him up 67-66 going into the final round.
JD, do you agree?
I have Whitley ahead as well, but I have him ahead 68.
I think this round is going to tell the fight. Give the other winner.
Good body shot by Whitley.
Now he's
has Hughes in trouble.
Now he's over. He quit.
That's where he's got to stay in the body. I told you that earlier.
Yep. If he throws punches, he could have done this before. That's it.
That's it. Malik Waleed calls a halt to the action. I think Tyler Hughes had said he'd have enough.
Yep.
And Derrick Whitley's winning streak continues. That is his 4th win in a row, 3 by knockout. What a turnaround in his career. Derrick Whitley has won 4 straight.
Coming all the way from New England, Holyoke, Massachusetts.
Now he likes the D.C. area, though. He's got his last 4 wins all in the D.C. Baltimore area.
He's on a streak down here.
So Derrick Whitley improves his record to 11-14. That is his 5th knockout of his career as he dispatches Tyler Hughes, the Cowboy. Let's get the official word from Pat O'Malley.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. The winner by TKO, 35 seconds into round 8, the final round of the bout. The winner, Derrick Double Impact Whitley.
So Derrick Whitley has his hand raised again as he takes care of Tyler Hughes in the 7th round. We're in the ballroom having a lot of fun. Derrick Whitley gets another win, and that means he gets a chance to talk to John Scheinman again. John.
Oh, boy.
Derrick, nip and tuck fight all the way. We felt that the knockdown in the 7th round put you over the top. Did you feel that way going into the last round?
I felt it going in. My corners were just telling me, keep the jag, work the body, throw your hands a little bit more. Because if you keep the pressure on him, keep the hands in his face, he's going to eventually go. So they told me to just pressure him, stay on, because he's going down. You had him hurt in the 1st and 2nd. And then into the 7th round, so I just stayed on top of him.
We felt like early on in the fight you were maybe looking knockout a little bit too much. Do you think that's the case?
No, I was just trying to stick to my game, be smart in there. I didn't know anything too much about him, so I just wanted to be smart, take my time, and the knockout would have came. I wasn't looking for it. I was just trying to get my rounds and get my training in, that's all.
4 trips to the ballroom, 4 straight wins over top caliber guys. Your record's only 11-14 now, but you've really turned it around. What do you attribute that to?
I attribute to my family, them supporting me, and God, and just try and stay strong, taking one step at a time, and be smart every time I come down. Think about one fight at a time.
Derrick Whitley is on the right track. Let's go back to ringside to Larry and JD.
Whitley mentions his family, his brother in his corner. He's a boxer, his father as well. Derrick Whitley, a winner tonight. Larry Michael, JD Brown, and the recognizable face of Lou Duva. Ringside. Lou, you got all the fans in your corner tonight, baby.
Yeah, I should have wore a tuxedo like you guys.
Yeah, Lou Duva a bit underdressed for the evening, but he's here anyway. We've got a match in the ring with Pat O'Malley.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. And now, Budweiser, the king of beers, Toyota, Geico Direct, and Baltimore's Classic Rock 104.3 FM, along with Ballroom Boxing promoter Scott Wagner, matchmaker Josh Hall, and the Maryland State Athletic Commission present the main event. This bout is sanctioned by the Maryland State Athletic Commission, Commissioners Chairman Carlin Milligan Jr., Ben Alperstein, Michael Arrington, Phil Feaster, and Bill McCaffrey. Executive Director Patrick Pinella, Counsel Bruce C. Spizzler. The timekeeper will be Don Levy. Physicians at ringside, Chief Dr. Stephen Manikin, Dr. Fred Levy, and Dr. Edmund McDonald Jr. The judges, Bill Holmes, Don Risher, and Malik Wali. And when this 10-round bout in the junior welterweight division commences, the man in charge will be Kenny Chevalier. And now to turn the ballroom into the brawl room, introducing the boxers. To my left, out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks, weighing 143 1/4 pounds, from Newark, New Jersey, with a record of 12-2, 3 via the KO. Please welcome Jamar Silky Slim Carter. Out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with silver, weighing 142 3/4 pounds, from Laurel, Maryland, with a record 13-1-1. He has knocked out 8. Please welcome Del Hatchet Matchett.
The Hatchet Del Matchett and Jamar Carter, our feature bout. Let's take a look at the matchups, JD.
Well, you know, one of the things that you have to remember, this Jamar Carter's a southpaw. He could present a problem for Del Matchett, but I like Matchett. He's a good young fighter with a lot of talent. He's tall, he's slim, he's rangy. He's got a good right hand, and he likes to chop with him.
John Scheinman has a look at the rules for tonight's bout.
Larry, tonight's fight scored on the 10-point must system. A fighter can be saved by the bell in the final round, and if the fight is stopped because of an unintentional butt or foul, and the injured boxer is unable to continue, the bout will be scored a technical draw if half the amount of scheduled rounds are not in the books. Otherwise, they'll go to the scorecards.
I think I got that.
Tough to say, I'll tell you.
Fight underway, scheduled for 10 rounds. See southpaw Jamar Carter.
And Carter's coming off of a knockout the last fight, and that could play a lot in his mind in this fight, make him a little tentative.
The Mike Wagner opposition power ranking shows that Del Matchett has been in against a pretty tough competition. His opposition has won 76% of their fights. Carter, not a slouch himself, his opposition totals up a 58% winning percentage.
I like this kid, Del Matchett, because like I said, he's been in with some real tough guys. He's performed well every time he's been in the ring, and he's getting better every fight.
Keystone Boxing Gym produces guys that like to step up. They don't believe in slow progression of a career. They want to put their guys in against tough guys right away.
They got to fish or cut bait early.
That's right. Either you can fight or you can't fight. If you're gonna be managed, you got to be managed right. If you're gonna go up to the top.
Lou, you've been in the business so long. How important, though, is it maneuvering your fighter into position to take some tougher bouts? You don't want to put your guy in too soon, do you?
No, I always book my guys, Larry, according to styles. That's how I go on. I don't care if the guy is 50-0. If I think he's got the style for my guy to compete with, my guy's got a shot against him, I fight him. You know, sometimes fellas can't handle southpaws, some can't handle runners, some can't handle muggers, you know? So you got to get the right style for your guys.
See, Matchett's having a little problem right now with the southpaw.
Sure he is. Yeah, he's trying to throw right hand. He can't get him in a position to throw right hand at him. But you don't know. Maybe he don't understand. You can hit the guy a southpaw with a left hook faster than you can in the right hand.
Well, Del Matchett's got a lot of heart. I've seen him many times, and he will find an answer. Now, Jamar Carter, 12-2 himself. Only 3 knockouts. Maybe doesn't have the power that Del Matchett has, but he certainly has been successful in the squared circle.
And as I said before, Larry, coming off that knockout in his last fight against Tobias Flowers, may have him a little tentative, not ready to get inside and mix it up with Del Matchett. Matchett wants to fight on the inside, but he can fight from the outside as well.
Yeah, but JD, Flowers is a pretty good fighter from Philadelphia.
Absolutely.
A pretty good fighter.
Ballroom Boxing brought to you by What a Network. Need effective advertising at a great price? Go to www.whatanetwork.com. See the shifty style of Jamar Carter, giving Del Matchett some early problems in the first round.
Silky slick, huh?
I think so. Silky Slim, I think he called himself.
Silky Slim, huh?
Either way, he's silky. Whether he's slick or slim, he is silky.
He's what about a little bit of both, Larry? Slick and silky.
He's both. And slim.
And slim.
And he's Jamar Carter. Looking good in round 1. We'll be back. Oh, this is prime USDA boxing tonight. In the ballroom, Larry Michael, J.D. Brown, and Lou Duva. John Scheinman with us as well. John Saraceno's off having a good time in Sydney, Australia. Never came back from the Olympics. We might never see Saraceno again.
Well, I sent him on an assignment down there, Larry, so I could get this job.
He's going to.
And he didn't know that I took the plane. I took his passport, so he won't be back.
He's going to wind up being Crocodile Dundee down there.
Well, we expect to see John Saraceno back someday.
No, that's Crocodile Saraceno.
It's an Italian in Australia. Lou Duva knows what that's like.
That's right.
Del Matchett and Jamar Carter in the ring right now. Well, you see, Lou, you see Del Matchett. He looks a little confused here in the early going. What does he have to do?
He's got to get close to this guy. He's got to jab his way in and throw combinations. They try too hard when they get fight at southpaw to try and knock him out with one punch. You don't knock a guy out with one punch. You got to wear him down. He's got to get close to him. He's not doing that.
Jamar Carter very, very shifty and slick. Del Matchett wants to turn this into a little bit more of a rumble, doesn't he, JD?
He actually does. He wants to keep Carter against the ropes and wear him out to the body. He's starting at the body and coming up to the head.
Good body shot,
Carter's fighting back, yeah.
Oh, man, you see Del Matchett buckle on that body shot. So right hand right to the left ribs of Del Matchett, and he kind of hunched over after that shot. That hurt him.
That shot hurt him. It woke him up. That's the shot that Matchett has to go with, a right-hand lead.
Fight Travel brought to us by lastminutetravel.com. Whatever you need or want to get somewhere fast, visit lastminutetravel.com first. Del Matchett would love to have Carter up against the ropes, wouldn't he?
He likes that position, keep Carter against the ropes, because then Carter has no place to back out, no place to move to, and Matchett can throw that big, strong right hand that he has. Carter's definitely not afraid to stand in there and fight.
I'll tell you, I think Carter's fighting a good fight. Heady fight. He's fighting.
Lou Carter doesn't really have a big punch. No. This is the way he has to fight, isn't it?
He's got to throw combinations out there. It isn't the most exciting fight, but he's going to make a fight out of it.
But even though he doesn't have the punching powers Matchett, what he does have, Larry, is that when Matchett is stepping in like that, if Carter times the punch just right, he can hurt him with a shot.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Carter shifty as ever as we approach the end of round 2. Del Matchett still trying to solve the puzzle. Fight scheduled for 10. We're back in the ballroom. Larry Michael, J.D. Brown, and Lou Duva. John Scheinman with us as well. John, 2 rounds in the book, scheduled for 10. Del Matchett, Jamar Carter. How do you have it scored?
All even after 2. Jamar Carter showing some smart boxing there in that second round. Right, I agree with you guys. He doesn't have the power, but he's got the skills, and the left-handed style, I think, is really beginning to not beginning to, but it's been bothering Matchett throughout the bout. He's got to solve it.
Thank you, John. Lou, you see a guy who gets a southpaw having problems. He knew that Carter was a southpaw. Tough to find sparring partners, though, isn't it?
When you're the manager or you're the trainer, you got to dig him up. You got to get him someplace. You know? You can't fight right-handers when you're training for southpaws.
I think one of the things that happened also is that the opponent changed on him too. In all fairness to Matchet, is that he was scheduled to fight a right-handed fighter, and it changed, and he came up with this slick southpaw.
When did they make the match?
Half hour ago? Just kidding, Lou.
Kidding me?
No, he's had enough time to work with some southpaws. I understand he's been working in the gym with some good slick southpaws like DeMarcus Corley.
Yeah, great. Great. He's a great fighter.
Matchet continues to move forward.
Matchet is looking for a knockout, though.
Yeah, trying to put a little heat on Carter. Matchet bringing it a little bit here in round 3.
And one of the things I think that happens, these guys look at the record, see this guy got knocked out his last fight, but they don't know the circumstances. It could have been a cut. It could have been anything, you know? He got hit with a shot.
No, knockdown.
Kenny Chevalier waves it off.
When you get hit and you go down, it's a knockdown.
He was off balance a little bit, but as Lou said, he was a punch. And even though it was an easy punch, he was off balance and he went down.
This is Matchett's 6th fight this year. He's been fighting every couple of months. Active. Matchet now moving for the first time in the fight. I don't know if he was stung by that shot by Carter. Carter not known to have a very good punch, just 3 knockouts out of 12 wins. Hasn't had a knockout since 1997.
He's definitely fighting Matchet. He's not running from him.
Carter taking the lead in this fight. Long way to go, scheduled for 10 rounds. From the Ballroom at Michael's 8th Avenue, Ballroom Boxing brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers. Action from round 3. Was it or was it not a knockdown, J.D. Brown?
Well, he was off balance when he threw the punch, and he got hit on the back of the head. It should have been counted as a knockdown, even though it really wasn't a clean knockdown.
Lou, what do you think?
A knockdown.
Lou, was it a knockdown?
I think it was a knockdown. He got hit. I don't care where he got hit. He went down.
Kenny Chevalier says no, and that's the only guy that matters right now.
He's the boss.
JD, how do you have this fight scored after 3 rounds?
I got the fight Carter ahead just slightly, 29-28.
John Scheinman, quickly your score.
I agree with JD, miraculously 29-28.
Boy, you guys, there's too much love in the room tonight between JD Brown and John Scheinman.
I'm feeling you, John. I'm feeling you.
To you, baby.
Saraceno never agrees with him, JD.
Well, I'm the kind of guy that if he's right, he's right. And this time, John, you're right.
See, this is what we need a little of, Larry. A little more agree with me.
I just called those straight, and John thinks that Carter's winning the fight.
Saraceno on a plane right now, coming back. Carter's showing a lot of fire, JD. I really didn't think he would fight that kind of fight, but I think he's seen that Matchet is off balance, been off balance his whole fight. He's taking advantage of it.
He's taking advantage of all the mistakes that Matchet is making right now, but Matchet is trying to land that big punch. And what he's doing, he's walking into punches himself, trying to set this kid up for one shot.
I've ever seen Matchet as frustrated as he is in this fight right now.
One of the things, this guy's not giving him a clean target. You know, he stands, he moves, he gets back, he counters. He's fighting a smart fight.
Matchet trying to force the issue a little bit here in the 4th round. Fight scheduled for 10 rounds.
There he goes off balance again. This kid is keeping him off balance. He's turning him as soon as Matchet gets on top of him.
If you like what you're seeing, you can be here in person November 16th, the next Ballroom Boxing card at Michael's 8th Avenue.
Matchet is definitely frustrated.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You can tell it in his face.
Yeah.
He's got to settle down, get back to what he was doing, get back in the rhythm, and I think he'll be okay, but he's got to get back into the rhythm. Right now, this kid is frustrated with this slickness.
No question, Jamar Carter has Matchet off balance. Matchet trying to come behind a jab, but cannot find an opening.
I think that Carter's fighting a smart fight.
He really is, Lou.
Yep.
Question is, can he stick to that game plan for 10 rounds?
Yeah, that's the question.
You know, fatigue makes a guy's mind do strange things.
Fatigue makes cowards of us all.
Is that Vince Lombardi or Lou Duva that said that?
That was Lou Duva. Lou Duva told Vince Lombardi that.
Well, we'll have another quote from Lou Duva when we return to the ballroom. Del Matchett, Jamar Carter battling. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing, where the fans love the action. I mean, they absolutely love it. Larry Michael with J.D. Brown and Lou Duva.
I mean, you've heard of Little Italy. This is Little Las Vegas right here, I tell you.
What. Just the atmosphere is just oozing with excitement.
And believe me, Scott Wagner and Michael's 8th Avenue, they are fantastic hosts. I mean, they make you want to come back.
They really do in the ring right now. Del Matchett and Jamar Carter in another evenly matched battle. And these guys are standing center ring, trying to tee each other up. Jamar Carter getting the better of it here so far in this fight. Lou Duva is Del Matchett doing the right thing. He's taking a lot of risks out of frustration.
That's what he's doing right now. But if Lamar takes advantage of it a little bit, you're going to see him win the fight. Because Matchett isn't showing too much to me.
Matchett here has Carter up against the rope for the first time in this fight.
And that's where he wants to keep him there, because then he's got a little help from the ropes.
Ripping body shot by Carter. Kenny Chevalier, the man in charge. Matchett had an overhand right that went off the top of Carter's head. You always hear trainers talking about going to the body. Jamar Carter has been going to the body in this fight, and I think it's accumulating a bit on Del Matchett.
And you're absolutely right, Larry. One of the things about Matchett, though, he's trying to chop with his right hand instead of throwing straight.
The right hand of the body by Carter has been a very effective punch.
Jamar, you're holding too much, baby. Come on.
See how low Matchett has brought that left arm now.
That's where he wants to keep him, right on the ropes.
See, Carter's mouth is wide open, though, Lou. He's sucking a little air right now, and we've got a lot of blood from the right eye of Del Matchett.
Yeah, he's got a big cut. Matchett's cut over the right eye.
Sense of urgency from Del Matchett has Jamar Carter holding. It's a lot of blood, JD, but I don't know if it's necessarily a bad cut.
It's in a bad spot, though. That's the only thing about it. It's running down his eye.
Matchett fighting with urgency, maybe his best round of the fight. Maybe because of the cut right on the corner of his right eye. We'll be back. Welcome back to the ballroom. Larry Michael with Lou Duva and J.D. Brown. John Scheinman, your scorecard, please.
Getting tight, 48-47, Jamar Carter. Even though he was cut in the last round, I thought Del Matchett did an excellent job. He shifted gears. What isn't working for him earlier in the fight, he abandoned and he went to the body with authority. I thought he had a good round there.
Thought so, too. I thought that Del Matchett had a good turnaround round in round 5. J.D., do you agree with the scorecard of Scheinman?
I've got the fight right now even.
At the midway point. Jamar Carter, known as Slick, and the blood continues to flow from the eye of Del Matchett. Doctors took a look at that between rounds, said it was okay for Matchett to continue. Jamar Carter doing a great job controlling the tempo of this fight. The cut over the eye of Del Matchett was ruled an accidental headbutt by the referee, Ken Chevalier. The accidental headbutt in the 5th round causes us to go to John Scheinman for clarification. If this fight, John, were to be stopped because of the cut. Oh, good right hand by Del Matchett. If this fight were to be stopped because of the butt, what's the ruling?
They'll go to the scorecards, Larry. If half of the rounds are in the books, they'll go to the scorecard.
Thanks, John. Del Matchett tagged Carter with a pretty good right hand. And I think the tide might be turning in terms of momentum right now towards Del Matchett. Matchett stalking Carter right now. Carter really not counter-punching. Luke Carter has quit countering. He's just in a retreat mode right now.
I don't know why he's not punching. I mean, he knows the fight is actually on the butt. He knows the fight is close. You got to punch. You got to punch. You can't wait.
Matchett's turned the tides now. He's picking it up. He's picking his shots now.
There.
Good combination by Jamar Carter to stop the assault of Matchett for a moment. I don't think Carter can hurt Matchett. I think that's a difference here in punching power, JD.
I think it's a difference in punching power, but Matchett can't run in and get caught with a shot. He has to be smart, start with the jab and go with the right hand.
Oh, nice stiff left hand in the face of Del Matchett.
And that was because Matchett was off balance coming in.
Matchett trying to double up the left hand. End of 6. Ballroom boxing continues. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. Del Matchett, Jamar Carter in a battle of strategy. Round 6 went Del Matchett's way.
Del Matchett's throwing those punches to the neck. He's aiming right for the neck because this guy's too slick with the head movement. He's trying to hit him up around the shoulders.
Matchett, Carter do a little dance in the ring. Lou Duva is with us as well. Lou, how do you see this fight unfolding? Del Matchett is a hometown guy. Carter had his moments early. Matchett has turned the tide. I think Carter really needs to make something happen right now.
Well, if it comes down to it, they're going to give it to Matchett. You know, it's the hometown guy. You know, he's the hometown guy, and at the same time, Carter should be throwing more punches. If he throws more punches, you know, he can make it a closer fight. But I still feel that everything's going to go toward Matchett's way.
Carter's had some pretty good moments at the beginning of this fight. First couple of rounds went his way.
Yeah, but he's just waiting. He's just waiting a little too long, Carter, right now, and he's making the other guy take the play away from him.
Now he's hearing about effective aggression, J.D. Brown, and Del Matchett really the last couple of rounds has become the aggressor, and he's been effective.
He's pouring it on. He's making this guy move. He's making this guy run. But Matchett is also trying to get that one punch in. He needs to put the combination together, like Lou said,
Absolutely.
and it'll come.
He can't. He's not a knockout puncher. He's got to throw combinations out there and look to steal the round.
It's got to be 2 and 3 punches.
Yep.
Ballroom Boxing brought to you by 0280.com, the premier provider of internet solutions for the web and wireless. Left hand by Carter comes up a bit short. Del Matchett scores with a quick little jab. Carter not responding. See, Carter's got his mouth wide open, JD. I mean, I don't know what he can do to turn the tide back in his favor. Of course, Matchett is bleeding. That could still be a factor.
What Matchett has to do is let Carter circle right into his right hand. Carter's going to move right into his right hand. He should drop the right hand.
Carter moving in with his head and tying up Matchett. It's upsetting Kenny Chevalier, the referee.
Matchett needs to push him off, step to the left, and drop the right hand on him. There it is right there.
You know, you ought to be in boxing, JD. Another good round for Del Matchett. Jamar Carter showing some wobble in his legs. Back with more Ballroom Boxing in a moment. We're back in the ballroom, round 8. Getting started, Matchett and Jamar Carter. The cut over the right eye of Matchett has not been a factor in the fight. But with 7 rounds in the books, let's check with John Scheinman and the scorecard. John.
Well, Matchett's finally gotten on top on my card. He's up 67-66. He swept the last 3 rounds. You know, Matchett has been so dominant in his recent fights. I've seen a lot of them, and he's just been getting better and better. But now he's run into some resistance here with Jamar Carter, and I realize there's still 3 rounds to go, but he's really passing this test with flying colors. Very difficult opponent.
Matchett, 23 years old. He's in against a very slick southpaw. It's a great learning experience for Matchett at this point in his career.
Well, if he takes it up, I mean, you know, if he takes advantage of it, but right now, I think he's got his guy fighting his style right now. He should be fighting his style right now.
Carter just making Matchett miss miserably with the jab.
And that's why Matchett needs to go aim for the shoulders.
He's got to go. He's got to go. He's got to throw punches. He's trying too many one shots.
He's trying to throw at the head, and this guy's still making him miss.
That's a tough round to score. Is it the man that's pursuing and missing, or the man that's making him miss who's leading in the round?
Well, that cut is starting to bleed again a little bit on Matchett's eye. And Carter's ripping shots in there.
Stop. Give me that glove, man. Let's go. Come on.
Like Kenny Chevalier so much, always in charge in the ring. No-nonsense type of guy.
Very, very good referee. Outstanding.
Well, this is a close fight, guys.
I think it's a close fight. I got Matchett leading on my scorecard, but as I said before, it could turn at any minute. He's going with the right idea, working to the body and come up to the head. He's got Carter talking to him now.
Carter really has done nothing offensively over the last 3-4 rounds.
You're right, Larry. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't taken advantage that he can win the fight. He hasn't done it.
And you say Carter needs to win by knockout, and really that has become a reality because of the last couple rounds.
Yeah, but Matchett can't get over anxious and run into something, you know?
This jab by Matchett. Nice right-hand counter by Jamar Carter. Good head movement by Matchett. Great tactical fight by these 2 boxers.
Yes, absolutely, and that's what Matchett has to do. He has to stay patient, do what he's doing, not run into a shot, because he could very easily run into a shot.
Nice body shot by Matchett. The ballroom tonight, as always, having fun. Larry Michael, J.D. Brown, Lou Duva. John Scheinman in the catbird seat with the scorecard. John.
Matchett continue to pull away. I've given him 4 straight now. He's up 77-75 on my card, Larry.
JD, do you agree?
I got him up 78-75, John. I don't know, but you're close.
John is getting better.
John is getting be an excellent judge.
I think John gets better every fight. He gets better. Matchett moves ahead, a little blood under the right eye of Jamar Carter. Jab by Jamar Carter. Big overhand right by Jamar Carter, scores to the head of Matchett. Another ripping shot by Jamar Carter. Jamar Carter might have been told in his corner, gentlemen, that he's got to pick up the pace.
He hurt him with that shot. The legs got tangled up, but he got hit with a good shot.
So Matchett pursuing Jamar Carter, has him up against the ropes.
That's what I was saying about him running into a shot. He ran into one just now, the legs got tangled up, and luckily he didn't go down.
The cut over the right eye of Del Matchett has bled since the second round, but it really hasn't been a factor. Nice left hand by Carter, catching Matchett on the way in.
Carter's throwing the heavier of the, Matchett's throwing the heavier of the punches. But he's still making Del Matchett missing.
Like you talk about these styles, these two guys' styles really cause you to have a very close matchup.
That's right.
Carter seems the more fatigued of the two fighters. Neither fighter has gone 10 rounds in their career. The longest Del Matchett's ever been is 8. Same goes for Carter. So they're in no man's land right now in the 9th. Jamar Carter doing some good body work with 3 minutes to go in this 10-rounder. 10th and final round getting set to begin. Very close fight here in the ballroom. Larry Michael, J.D. Brown, Lou Duva, John Scheinman, 3 minutes to go. Who's ahead?
I'll tell you something. I gave Carter that round by the slimmest of margins, and this thing's up for grabs. I got Matchet ahead 86-85 going into the final round.
J.D., what do you think?
Well, our round was close. I called it an even round. I still have Matchet ahead 88-85.
Lou Duva, do you still think Carter needs a knockout to win?
Absolutely. I think he needs because he hasn't looked that well, you know, and it's a hometown here, you know. Everything's going to go toward Matchet. Going to go.
Carter needs to let it all hang out right here.
That's absolutely. Carter's got to go all out and make it an outstanding round, or I don't think he can win the fight.
Want to thank the folks that make Ballroom Boxing possible. Ballroom Boxing brought to you by Toyota every day, by Budweiser, the king of beers, by Geico. A 15-minute phone call could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. By Clear Channel, by LastMinuteTravel.com, by O280.com, by Boxing.com, and by WhatANetwork.com. Carter trying to show some fire, JD. I just don't know if he's got enough gas in the tank.
It may be a little bit too much, too late.
Oh.
Nice left hand catches Del Matchett.
Running in again. He can't run in. He's got to jab his way in. He's gone back to the things that made him look bad early in the fight. Rushing in, swinging wild. He got to jab his way in, step over, and drop that right hand.
Right hand counter, right hand by Matchett. Good left hand, scores by Carter, has Matchett in a little bit of trouble here. And Matchett's got such a good heart, though.
Oh, big heart.
He's battling right back, scores with a right hand. Carter in the corner, doesn't want to be there. Check out the next Ballroom Boxing card here at Michael's 8th Avenue, November the 16th. For ticket information, call 410-766-7474 or check us out on the web at ballroomboxing.com. 10th and final round winding up. Del Matchett and Jamar Carter in a very close competitive matchup. Good, strong fight between these two youngsters, Jamar Carter and Del Matchett. The decision for this 10-round battle will be next. Don't go away. Ballroom Boxing is brought to you by Toyota every day, by Budweiser, the king of beers, by Geico Auto Insurance. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. LastMinuteTravel.com, by O280.com, by WhatANetwork.com, by Boxing.com, and by Clear Channel. And don't forget, BallroomBoxing.com. Welcome back to Ballroom Boxing. I want to thank Lou Duva for stopping by, Lou. Great to see you.
Good to be with you guys. Larry, you're the best, and JD did a good job. Great job.
Love Lou Duva. Also love JD Brown. Lots of love in the air in the ballroom. The decision for our 10-round main event is next. Here's Pat O'Malley.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. We go to the scorecards, and we have a unanimous decision. Judge Holmes scores it 97-93. Judge Waleed scores it 97-94. And Judge Risher scores it 96-94. And the winner, by unanimous decision, Matchet.
So Matchet gets the unanimous decision win in the ballroom. Hard-fought victory for the Hatchet, Matchet.
It was a great fight, you know, evenly matched. I mean, Scott Wagner and his crew here did a great job putting together the fights tonight. Every one of the fights were evenly matched, and the ballroom boxing tonight really had a show to enjoy.
Matchet now runs his record to 13-1-1. John Scheinman standing by with the winner.
Del, this was perhaps the toughest fight of your career, from my perspective anyway. What did you think it took to win this bout?
It took my desire and heart to win in the name of Jesus that I brought it through. You know, and that was it's a tough fight from a tough contender right here. This kid was tough, so he was a good boxer. So it got me prepared for a 10 round, took me to the distance.
You know, coming into the fight, Jamar Carter was not known for his punching power, and yet he seemed a very difficult fighter for you to get inside on.
I could tell, you know, from his percentage, his knockout percentage, that he was a combination fighter, or, you know, a puncher or a runner. So, you know, I had to come in with the assumption that he was a boxer. I didn't get any footage or anything on him, so I just came in, you know, seeing for this record. That's what I had to fight with, a boxer.
Jamar, very tough fight for you. You put up a good performance. Do you think that a rematch is in order?
Oh yes, first time I give honor to God, who's the head of my life and his. But that was a wonderful fight. It was a great fight, great competition. But I'm looking forward to the rematch. And not like November. Let our men just get together, put it together, and we can do it again. I love fighting him. He's a wonderful fighter. I'm taking nothing from him. But I know the rematch will be a whole lot better. You know, I had layoffs since January, but no excuses. He had a hell of a fight.
Well, Ken, it doesn't get any better than this. We got the main event fighters. We got the round card girls. We got the whole thing going on here at the ballroom, and I hesitate to throw it back to ringside to Larry.
Thank you, John Scheinman. So Matchet victorious. How far can Matchet go, JD?
Matchet can probably go as far as he wants to go. He has a lot of talent. He's a tall, rangy junior welterweight. You got to remember, he's only 140-pound junior welterweight. He has a good right hand. He needs to work a little bit more on the defense and be patient and get used to fighting these southpaws. That was a little bit of a problem that had him frustrated earlier, but he showed his big heart that he had, came back, and got the job done.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
For JD Brown, John Scheinman, and Lou Duva, I'm Larry Michael. We'll catch you next time for Ballroom Boxing.